Hi, my name is Jackson, and I've been called an asshole at different times in the past few years. And you know what? I felt relief. When I was younger, I was a different person. In social situations, I would always wait for cues from other people on what to do next or what to say next. I would always be careful not to upset anybody in my surroundings. And frankly, I did not ever consider that what I wanted could take precedence over what other people wanted. That's why it was a relief to me when I developed this ability to be an asshole when necessary. And if you can relate to that, then this video is for you. There are benefits to this. No one disliked me, I didn't get into any fights. You know, it was pretty much smooth sailing. There's also the dark side. When everybody likes you, no one loves you. What you bring to the table is common and repeatable. You'll never leave a lasting impression. You'll never make somebody feel something strongly negatively or positively, and you'll never achieve anything great in your life. Sorry, that's a little extreme, but you get the idea. It can be very difficult to think about this and to change this about yourself. So I'd like to introduce a framework to you. So the way I see it, there are two values that you could choose to prioritize when interacting in a social setting, when deciding what to say, what not to say. The first value we have here is something called ahimsa. It's an ancient Indian teaching, an idea. Actually, it's also very strong in Buddhism. It has to do with non-violence. So you can think about it as the avoidance of harm in thought, speech, or action. The other value you could choose to prioritize over ahimsa is truth. And pretty self-explanatory. What are you actually thinking or feeling? Or what do you actually want or not want? So let's take a classic example. Your girlfriend asks you, hey, how does this dress look on me? If you valued ahimsa, you might say, it looks good, or you might find a way to make her feel good in that moment. If you valued truth, you might say, dress looks terrible on you, and you might get slapped. In my opinion, it's very much not clear which one of these values should be prioritized in any given situation, and it's something that you just learn with wisdom and experience over a long period of time. However, if you were like me, when I was younger, I only valued ahimsa. Subconsciously, I didn't even know I could value truth. I didn't develop that at all. This balance was off for me, and so I had to learn to value truth more than ahimsa to be able to find that right balance and conduct myself in social situations. There's a lot of benefits to prioritizing the truth in social situations. First off, it self-selects for people that don't give a fuck about you, and the people that stick around, you know that they actually care about what you want, think, feel, believe, that kind of thing. Two, it can prevent the buildup of problems over time in relationships. Sometimes things unaddressed can actually be worse later on when you have a fight about them and actually cause the end of relationships that didn't need to end. Third, when you act this way, it actually encourages other people to act this way towards you and tell the truth about what they actually think, feel, believe, and want to be true to you. So some people might see this as a negative, and it can be hard sometimes to hear these things, but it also actually gives you a more accurate picture of your relationships and the world around you, and sometimes can give you amazing feedback about what you can do better. And last but not least, prioritizing the truth is just plain old more fun. It's your life. Take control. Don't live by somebody else's values, even subconsciously. Learn who you are, learn what you want, learn how you want to act. If you don't do this, you'll never realize your full potential. You'll never be able to do what you want and be the best person that you can be, because you'll always be subject to the whims of another person's and other people's wants and needs. If you want to go to your deathbed without making this change, without developing this part of your personality, you'll never know who you could have become. You'll never be the most powerful person that you can be, and you'll never be able to do the most good that you can in the world, because you'll never know what you uniquely have to offer that other people don't. Just do it.
So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
If what I've been talking about so far resonates with you and you want to make this change, here's what I did. Number one, a change in environment. The first thing I did out of college was I moved to the other side of the world. And this allowed me to be around new people, a new environment with new goals, and I got to leave behind the expectations that people had about who I was. You don't have to do anything as dramatic, but any kind of move to a new city, to a new house, to a new social circle, anything that switches up the environment that you're in now will help. Number 2, try martial arts. I took jiu-jitsu, and I think that all martial arts have this in common, but it allowed me to push myself physically and to be in uncomfortable situations physically. And I believe that doing this actually allows you to have the courage to do that in your social life. The other thing about martial arts is that it puts you around other people that generally have this trait that you are looking to develop. The trait of being able to speak the truth in the face of uncomfortable situations, or being able to be in uncomfortable situations. 3, the last thing that worked for me, ingesting the right content, whether it's podcasts or videos, the content that reaffirms the ideas or speaks about them in different ways that you need to hear on your journey. Some people that I found particularly helpful in this transition include Jordan Peterson and his thoughts on truth. Forget the political stuff, don't get involved. Tom Bilyeu and his Impact Theory podcast. He speaks a lot about mindset and growth mindset. And finally, Jocko Willink is great if you really want to just get amped up. And if I haven't pissed enough people off already, this might piss them off more, but you have to take it too far. You can't go on this journey while constantly being worried about offending other people. And it's gonna be messy. If you don't have experience speaking your mind or saying what you want, it's not always gonna come out pretty. It's not always gonna be received well. But you have to take on that challenge, and you can't be afraid always of taking it too far. Do me a favor and drop a like and a comment, or share this video with anybody you think this might be helpful to. I realize that this isn't made for everybody, and in fact, if you're already an asshole, please don't follow any of this advice, because it'll just make you into more of an asshole. I want to shout out the YouTuber Sneeko, because his videos and his authenticity inspired this video. If you're just starting this journey, remember, it's okay to be an asshole. It's gonna take time, it's gonna be uncomfortable, and you'll be a better person on the other side. Peace.